People are going to stop doing that.
And I'm pretty sure the catcher's going to tell you, hey, don't throw
that. Now, catcher's not calling that sign anymore, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Call Jenny. Tell her that your pinch dancers are the done deal.
No,
I got a better answer.
pinch dancers
Did you
still
hear
works.
what they said, Brian? Get a load of this. I'm sure you could appreciate this. Like, Pitbull's dancers are pretty.
Yeah.
They're also friends of the show. We're friends with all of them. They're wonderful. One of them is my co-host, Jenny Valdez. She comes in once a week. They came up with this brilliant idea when we started talking about beanball wars. The way to avoid having a pitcher throw at another hitter is simply having pinch dancers. So instead of a pinch runner, you hit a home run, you don't have to do anything. You put your bat down, one of these beautiful ladies come out of the dugout, and they do a dance routine as they run around the bases. Part of the compliment is that you also have a cheer team. Swear to God, this is what we did. This is not something we did today. We talked about this last week. Have a cheer team that does pyramids and stunts at second base, like at the halfway point. You know how they would perform at halftime. So the cheer, you see how I bought into your idea? You like this? Yeah, I put the sales thing on it now. Right? Now I can. All this is sponsorable.
Right.
You like this? I told you I was going to make this a sellable thing. You guys hadn't done that yet. I added the sellable nature to this business plan.
Dancer presented by McDonald's.
Exactly. They come out waving. Maybe they can even wear something with an M. Whatever. I mean, there's so many opportunities. It's endless. But the main purpose, Brian, is once you see a Jenny Valdez running around the bases, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna stare at her. You're not gonna.
Yeah,
you don't want to peg her.
She's like dance. She might do the fist pump, but you can't throw. They can't throw at you. You didn't do the fist pump. You didn't show up the pitcher. They're gonna have to, it's Jenny. All right, we'll let her do it. No problem. No big deal. And then that's it. And then there's all of a sudden kumbaya. Everybody's happy. In fact, the only thing we're worried about is that some guys might actually purposely give up beanballs, home run balls, just to see the dancers come back out again. You know,
right? But they
we believe scoring is going to go up.
Home runs are already up either ways.
Right, exactly. We don't have to juice the ball. Right? Like, we just think it's a wonderful idea. And they sold me on it, and I put the sales nature to it. But now it ends it. My theory, my strategy ends all of that.
I don't think so, because this is still going to make baseball more entertaining. Like, people are going to want to go to the stadium to see this stuff.
You think the game's too long, Brian?
No,
you play it.
I think baseball is perfect the way it is, and I think the people that want to change it
aren't baseball fans, man.
I think
I'm very old school with that, though.
I'm going to put you on my tax return. You're my son. Your mom might get mad at that move, but whatever. I'm adopting you. That's my son. SME
Like that pitch clock stuff, that's ridiculous. Like,
is that the most ridiculous, stupidest, moronic thing you've ever heard in your life? A pitch clock.
Right. I mean,
no.
No.
Like, what are they going to call it? Play a game and move the mound back 5 yards?
Where I'm coming at this from is...
It scares me.
No. Where I'm coming at this from is I think baseball has gone the route of basketball, where basketball now is three...
SME!
You're my boy!
There you go.
Where basketball has gone...
That was my voice, by the way.
3-pointers or inside the paint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball has gone home run or strikeout. So the action in the game isn't there anymore. There's not bunting the guy over. There's no stealing. You have a long gap in between.
Why aren't there more Cody Bellingers in the world, though? Because Cody, they started doing the shift on him, and what did they do? The second time he went opposite field for a hit, se acabó shift con Cody Bellinger.
So,
and he's hitting 380 or whatever it is he's hitting, and he's doing just fine.
So I think we grew up a different time than he grew up. We grew up idolizing.
He's more like us than he is like the kids who play today. I can tell you that just by watching him play.
Right. So we grew up idolizing a Ricky Henderson, get on base, steal. Yeah, you have pop, but you had different aspects to your game. So we grew up watching these guys who would get on base, steal, do different things. Where kids now are watching home runs, launch angle. So now when they're practicing, it's launch angle, home run. So you're taking an aspect out of the game. Just like kids now watch basketball, step back three. So
I see what you're saying. Good point.
So it's taking that where baseball for us, you had action. You had guys on base. You had guys moving. The ball was put in play a lot more than it is now. Now it's either I'm hitting a home run or I'm striking out, I'm going to the dugout and I'm good with it. So that's where I think baseball is missing out. There isn't the action that we saw years ago.
I think it's just become too cautious. Like back then, you'd see Bo Jackson dive 20 yards to catch a ball and jump over a fence and scale the wall. Like I just think it was more. I think they paid the athletes less back then.
It's weird, but
I think it's the money.
I'll tell you the other thing that gets me about all of this with baseball is a team like Houston, wildly successful. They have power, right? But they have the best batting average in the league. They bunt. Right. they can small ball you, or they can give you a 6-run inning.
Well, take into account,
and that's why they've been probably the best team in the last 5 years.
Right. And take into account the Royals a handful of years back. They could hit a home run, they could bunt, they could
timely
steal.
hitting. Gosh, what the lost art of timely hitting.
And that's what I think. Forget the pitch clock, like he says. Forget about all that stuff. Baseball is baseball. It has to become more action. The ball has to be put in play more often. Like we talked about it. There's an insane amount of minutes in between a ball in play.
I mean, it's hard when everybody in the bigs is throwing 95 plus. Like,
I don't know what the
another
solution
thing,
is.
too.
That's the thing, though.
I think it has to go to where 12-year-olds are not worried about launch angle and they're worried about contact.
You can't tell them not to worry about it, though.
no, I disagree with that.
I think
You're
you
12
have
years
to.
old, you go up there, have fun, and take a hack.
Right, but I'm saying,
See, he is more old school than we give him credit for.
like, I think you have to get rid. Like, it has to go away from that. Like, you're not a huge fan of basketball, and why aren't you a huge fan of basketball?
Well, I get mad at basketball, and one of the reasons I get mad at basketball is because it seems like a lot of what goes on is contrived. Now, I enjoy basketball, but I enjoy college basketball a lot more than pros. I watch them both because I do this for a living. But what did we see? Well, we were arguing about, in the middle of the argument about what was a sport and what wasn't a sport, I pointed at the TV and showed
because
you.
they want to try to shorten.
They're trying. Adam Silver's thinking. He's really seriously starting to explore the conversation of shortening the season, and the reason is because the last 4 years, TV ratings have gone down in basketball consistently each of the last 4 years. Well, I have a theory as to why that is. Because the dominant team is a West Coast team. The dominant team in basketball plays on the West Coast. If you want to watch them, you got to stay up till 2 in the morning to watch them.
Yeah.
Or 1 in the morning to watch them. Before it was them, it was a team that was right over here, the AAA. And they were an East Coast team. And you wanted to watch them at 7:30, you watch them in your living room. That's the difference. That's why the TV ratings are where they are. Now LeBron's on the West Coast. And now a lot of what goes on in basketball that's really good, it's on the left coast. That's why the ratings are down. They do need to consider shortening the season, giving them the proper gaps, and being smart about Sunday games during the day.
You'd be surprised if you look at attendance numbers in baseball. They're down, but their TV rating is up.
That's what I told you the other day.
But their attendance is down across major
I don't
leagues.
doubt it. I don't doubt it. Why? Let's be honest.
Right.
We're here across the street. We'll walk over to a Marlins game and we call ourselves baseball fans. If you got to drive 14 miles to come see the 9 and 24 Marlins, you're watching it on TV and giving them the ratings. That's the thing.
And his point to college baseball, I also think it's because of the action. Because you're seeing the bunts, you're seeing the guys get on base, steal bases. So action is more constant in college baseball, which is why I think you watch.
You don't get paid to bunt.
Right.
You get paid to put the ball.
And I think that's why you watch college basketball as opposed to, because college basketball is more attuned to old style in the paint. You know,
I agree with you.
That's why I love going to not Little League, but like high school games and like younger games. I loved going to them, and I appreciate the sport so much more because you see the fundamentals of the game.
The last 2 baseball seasons, I volunteered to the Herald to cover playoff games. You get paid for that. I never submitted an invoice. And God knows I don't have 2 nickels to rub together. I never submitted an invoice. That's how much I enjoy watching high school baseball. How much I enjoy watching college baseball. You know, to me, baseball's a perfect game, like he said.
Yeah, baseball is baseball.
It's I've said it 100 times. You hit the ball in the hole, the shortstop gets it, 1 clean sweep throw, gets you out by half a step. If he bobbles it, slips on it a little bit, the guy's safe at first. There's a difference between an out and a hit. And everything about this game borders on perfection like no other sport. That's just my personal opinion. And that's why I can watch that sport professionally, and then the other sports, I kind of like their college versions much better. I do. You know, if you can every other day get out at this time, I want you on the air, man. You're fun to talk to. We'll talk some baseball with you. We don't get to talk a lot of baseball around here. If you have an excuse and they let you out every other day, I'll see you Wednesday right here at 11 o'clock. We'll talk some more baseball. I want to thank everybody. Our students today killed it.
They were the show today.
They were absolutely the show. They carried me, bro.
Don't thank me.
Me on my back. I couldn't carry a piece of paper around. They carried us, boy. They did a great job. Topic arguing. Danny did a great job taking a bludgeoning today.
Yeah, he took a couple punches.
A little bit of here, a little bit of there, a little bit of everywhere. But anyway, shout out to Zoe Barroso for coming through and saying hello. Orlin, you owe me. I got to get you on the air still. And we had a couple of other seniors. It's going to be senior month. May it slam is senior month. Right now, it's noon. You know what time it is. Lunchtime mix. Who's on the 1s and 2s? Is it unknown again?
It's unknown.
It's unknown. DJ Unknown on the 1s and 2s, rocking your lunch. I'll rock your morning tomorrow. See ya.
Cheerleading competition.